So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again. Transfer updates. And this is about Gabriel Jesus. It has been officially tweeted out by the main man himself, Fabrizio Romano. Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal is done. Here we go. Before we get into that, we are going to speak about Edu. Some people just never learn. I would say be excited. Didn't Josh Kroenke say that about 4 years ago? And since then, we finished fifth, eighth, and fifth. Yay. Be excited, everybody. Be excited. Big up to everybody who watched the last video. Obviously, I had a day off yesterday, and I feel fresh today. I'm feeling good. Plenty of sleep, and the weather's fine. Very windy today. But big up to everybody who has watched that last video. Big up to everybody who's been dropping in the donations as well via the thanks option. So big up to all of you that have been doing that. Anybody who has done that has had a reply. I will reply to all of them. It won't be instantly because I don't sit there on YouTube all day, believe it or not. And I will reply, and the biggest one will get pinned as always. Make sure you smash the likes up on this video. Let's see if we can touch 2,000 likes on this. We're kind of hitting 15, 16, 1700 quite comfortably. So smash 2,000 likes. That's the target. Come on, hit the target. We hit targets over here. We don't sit there and say we haven't got any targets. But anyway, big up to everybody who's watching, whether you like it or not. Cool. Big up to you for watching. I know that most of you do love the content. There are the haters out there. The haters are the ones that sit there, don't like me, but watch everything I do so they can get a little snippet and put it out there. Super fans were saying they're excited. They're very excited. We're going to start with Gabriel Jesus before we're talking about being excited. But we are now turning into Wolverhampton Wanderers, signing Portuguese players. And this could go one way or another, couldn't it? It could go down the route of we end up with a load of comfortable Portuguese and Brazilian players at the club, or Arteta gets sacked, so we ain't good enough. It ain't going to end up with us going for a title. And I'm going to talk about that in a bit anyway. Let's talk about Gabriel Jesus first. His stats are not great, are they? And considering Man City didn't have a striker apart from this guy, he played made 28 appearances last season. He only played 1,878 minutes. How many minutes is that per appearance, roughly? Let's have a little look. My maths is half decent, but it ain't that decent. 1,878 divided by 28. 67 minutes per game. He bagged 8 goals in the league, 9 assists. So not fantastic. 4 of them, by the way, let's not forget, 4 of them goals were in one game. He scored against us, obviously, standard. He scored against Chelsea. And then he went, how many appearances after that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 appearances without a goaler until he scored against Liverpool. And then he bagged 4 against Watford, 1 against Leeds. So 5 of his 8 goals came in the final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. A little bit like Eddie Nketiah, really. 5 goals in the last 7, 8 games. He's been in the starting 11 34 times the squad 34 times last season. Started 21 games, substituted on in 7. Suspended 0, injured 0. It's not prolific, is it? And let's be real here. We have done a lot of money on this fella. I like Gabriel Jesus. I think he's a quality player. I really do. Very good player. Can play right, can play left, mainly on the right and up front. But this is a lot of money for a player that has 1 year left on his contract. Now, Fabrizio's tweeted this out. As I record this, he tweeted it out maybe 40 minutes ago. Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal. Here we go. Personal terms fully agreed with his agent, Marcelo Pettinati, and his 2 partners. Gabriel signs until 2027. It's 100% done. Arsenal already agreed 45 million with Man City, as we've revealed on Friday. Edu and Arteta are key for the deal. Now, this is where top gooners and super fans are going to be stuck to their bed sheets by tomorrow morning, because they're going to read that last piece and they're going to go mad. You're not going to see anything like it. Well, actually, you will. You'll see something like it and more if we sign Rafinha as well. Because, oh my God, this will buy these two guys at our club, Edu and Arteta, this will buy them a lifetime contract at the club because they've signed a striker who couldn't get into Man City's team week in, week out. And when he didn't score many goals when they are the best team in the league. And then signing Leeds' best player who, whilst he's good, Rafinha, is he going to take us to that next level? Again, I'm not so sure. And people are sitting there and saying, oh, you're always negative. No, I'm actually kind of realistic. This manager's taken us nowhere. We could sign Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, Haaland, Salah, Grealish, and Mahrez, and any other decent players, whatever you want to say, goal-scoring wise, output wise, whatever. We could find the best players in the world, and this manager will end up finishing 5th. Does this Gabriel Jesus signing, forget Rafinha for now, but does this Gabriel Jesus signing put us above the 4 teams that finished above us last season? I would say no. Why would it? Harry Kane's better than Jesus. That ain't even a debate. Chelsea will score more goals than Arsenal, I'd imagine. Let's have a look at last season, in fact. Let's have a look at the Premier League table. Have a little look. Bear in mind they had a striker who can't score, and then they had a striker who's playing on the left wing who can't score. It's actually mad, isn't it? It's actually mad. But there we go. Let's have a little look at last season's Premier League's goals. Right, so goals for Chelsea scored 76 goals. And that's with Lukaku, who couldn't do anything. Lukaku did next to nothing. Werner couldn't score in a brothel. It's mad. They conceded 33. So they had the 3rd top amount of goals, 3rd best defence. Arsenal, meanwhile, scored 15 goals less than Chelsea, who didn't have a striker, by the way, because Lukaku, I'm not counting. He was just useless. And we conceded 15 goals more. Kind of mad, really, when you think about it. So the goal difference between us and Chelsea is plus 30. So it's kind of mad, isn't it? The goal difference between us and Tottenham was plus 16 to Tottenham. Mad. They scored more. They conceded less. And their striker was on strike until Christmas. Then you've got the top 2 that were just away and gone. 99 goals for Man City, and Jesus scored 8 of them. 94 for Liverpool. Like, both conceded 26. This manager has now gone and signed Gabriel Jesus. And listen, like I've said, I'm going to reiterate it again for all the thick ones, and there is a lot of thick ones within our fan base. I like Gabriel Jesus. I think he is a good player. He's not world-class, and maybe he'll never be world-class, but he is a very talented footballer, a very good footballer. But he's coming from a team that has won the title 4 times in the last 5 years. And if you actually go through his stats for them years, it's not exactly great. I can't lie. Yes, they had Aguero. I understand that. And Aguero was one of the best strikers I've ever seen play football. But he's never scored more than 14 goals in a season, Jesus. And that season, he played 34 games. Why does anyone think that this is going to be different playing for Arsenal? Yes, he's probably going to play more minutes, but does that necessarily break down into more goals? Because the way we play, it's not like we're exactly serving them up on a plate, is it? You know, I think that this is going to be a signing that will take us forward a little bit, but at the same time, we ain't getting top 4 with just Gabriel Jesus, Fabio Vieira, Marquinhos, and Aston Trusty, man. No chance. Not happening. Definitely not happening. Or the goalkeeper. Yeah, them signings that we've signed, not one of them gets in the teams above us. Yeah, not one of them. Chelsea ain't even got a striker. Why didn't they go for Jesus? I don't know. Would he get into Tottenham over Harry Kane? No. Would he get into Liverpool? No. Would he get into City? Well, he did last season, but they didn't have a striker. Now they've got a striker. He's out the door. It's mad. It is actually mad. But there we go. I'd love to know your thoughts on Gabriel Jesus as I sip on my tea. Happy Sunday evening. It's 20 past 8 nearly on a Sunday evening. I feel like this is gonna be carnage within this fan base. I've seen people tweeting out, this is the new generation. We are moving like Chelsea, one super fan said. Oh, yes, we're signing players like Chelsea. We're ruthless. Others are sitting there saying, well, it doesn't matter if we don't finish fifth. Sorry, if we don't finish fourth. As long as we get more points than last season. Okay. So basically, by the end of this window, we would have outspent Liverpool for the fourth summer in a row. But it doesn't matter if we're not in the top four. It doesn't matter if we're not in a title challenge. It's all about just vibes and taking part. Cool. Yeah, well done. Why do so many losers support Arsenal? I don't really understand it, if I'm honest. But anyway, that's enough of him. Let's go to Edu Gaspar, because he's the one telling us all to be excited. Let's be excited, he said. Let's go. Edu says, let's be excited. Technical director Edu has urged the fans to back the club, telling them that the club are really excited about what's in store. When did Josh Kroenke tell us that? Let's have a little look. Josh Kroenke, be excited. Let's have a look. Josh Kroenke, be excited. July 2019, so 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Be excited, Josh Kroenke said. Okay. Be excited. Since then, we finished 8th twice, mate. 8th twice. But anyway, the Gunners have started this transfer window like a house on fire. Have we? Really? Well, we signed 2 people, one Marquinhos even, Fabio Vieira. Nobody knows who they are. And now we've not even announced Gabriel Jesus, but that is now done. That's like a house. Oh, sorry. I forgot. We got the goalkeeper and Trusty. Only Arsenal could sign a player called Trusty when they're telling everyone to trusty the process. Embarrassment, man. Edu and co have shown no signs of slowing down with negotiations for Gabriel Jesus at a very advanced stage. And a bid for Leeds winger Rafinha lodged last night. This is a couple of days old, this. Amidst the negotiations, technical director Edu has sat down with Arsenal.com and laid out this summer strategy. Wow, here we go. We have to go into the market for exciting players with the right age, the right attitude, the right mentality. We want to see a club like Arsenal with a young squad. Why are they so obsessed with a young squad? Why? Can somebody tell me why they are so obsessed with a young squad? Do you want me to tell you why? Because with a young squad, it buys time. Yeah, it lowers the standards. It means that you're not going to put so much pressure on the football club because, oh, they're the youngest in the league. They're the youngest manager, the youngest team. Oh, look at them fighting. They're all going to grow together and blossom into world-class talents. Well, I'm here to tell you they're not. Some of them might, but not all of them. Do you seriously think Lokonga, Tavares, Tomiyasu, do you all think they're going to be world-class? People will say Odegaard is. No, he ain't. Ramsdale, is he going to be world-class? Benjamin Scheidt, is he going to be world-class? We're buying middle-of-the-road players is what we're buying. And some of them players I've read out, by the way, absolute garbage. But anyway, we will continue. So there we go. We want to give them the opportunity to play together for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons. Well, is it 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, mate? Make your mind up. Because I'll tell you what, with a youth project, you're basically saying we're going to go out and spend a load of dough, lower the standards so you're not going to challenge what we want to do because we're going to lower the standards. You'll give it time because they're young. And if we get a massive bid for one of these players, we'll sell them off. No. We're one of the biggest clubs in the world. We have outspent Liverpool by the end of the summer 4 summers in a row. How are they competing? How are they competing? This summer is just a consequence of what we've been working on a lot to try and find the best players, the best targets. That methodology, buzzword, was, of course, the core ethos in the transfer strategy last summer with Ramsdale, White, Tavares, Lokonga, Tomiyasu and Odegaard all under the age of 24. Fabio Vieira, 22, and Marquinhos, 19, adhered to this mantra. And the former in particular is an example of the aggressive, decisive transfer philosophy working in practice with Edu, claiming Fabio is a good example because we moved quickly because we prepared to get Fabio a long time ago. Ah, dear. And then when we face it, we make things happen. Really? We still have a lot to do, but we are really excited to start the season with the players we target and the players we want to sign. Yes, I still think, let me start again. Yes, I think we still have some good conversations and positive conversations, to be fair. I hope we can give the fans some good news. Well, I'll tell you what, the best news we could have, mate, is you getting potted and taking Arteta with you. Because I'll tell you something now, right? Every time you speak to someone, and I'm not going to name him because I get on very well with him, but he texted me today and we were just chatting away. And I said, I'm going to read it out. Because this is what you get when you ask questions to people that live in hope rather than reality. So, looks like the club are finally backing a manager. I put outspent Liverpool 3 summers in a row before this one. Net spend is the highest on the planet since Wenger got sacked. And he would have done nearly 500 million by the end of this window. Still no better than Spurs as it stands. Durex FC. The protection this manager gets is a shambles. Needs 1 million windows and £1 trillion and still won't get us near a title. Still, at least he's the best looking Spaniard we know. Tierney at the back, Gabby in attack. We're on our way to Champions League. I then dropped in the summer spend since 2019, where Liverpool sat 12th in that, by the way, and we've done 300 million more. But we can't get in a title race, but they can. Cool. No excuses anymore. We spent a fortune. He put, I agree, no more excuses. So if we don't compete for a title, would you want him sacked? I said. Depends on the way the season goes. If we were to win the Europa and the Cup, good season. I put, if we win nothing and don't compete for the title, would you want him sacked? I reckon he would be struggling, he replied. I said, that wasn't the question. Would you want him sacked? Depends really, doesn't it? For example, if he lost 3 finals and lost the league in the last few weeks, I don't think you could really sack him. I put, so what if you don't get to any finals, don't compete for the league, would you want him sacked? Here's the hook, here's the spin. It's so hard to answer now. Why is it? I don't think about sacking him. I just want Arsenal to win everything, like I always do with every manager. This was a Wenger out, by the way. Wenger out. Wanting and reality are 2 different things. The aim of elite sport is to win trophies, not hope you win them after spending £500 million. He never replied. Of course he didn't, because there's no argument. We've done, with this Gabriel Jesus deal, we have done over 340 million quid with this manager. When are we allowed to challenge this manager? When are we allowed to challenge Edu? When are we allowed to say, actually, now is the time, people, to get us in a title race? When does that come? What, £500 million? £1 trillion? 10 trillion? 50 more windows? Wheeling out Righty with another billion kits? Woohoo! Come on, Righty. We've got to keep the fans on side for another 64 years. Woohoo! It's embarrassing. Whilst it's great that we signed Jesus and whilst it's cool that we're linked with Rafinha, fantastic. I don't think that we actually have a strategy. I think it's just let's sign Brazilians or Brazilian speakers, because if we're going to go and do 50, 60, 70 million on Rafinha in a position where we did 70 on Pepe, where we've already got star boy in that position, wouldn't it be better to go and buy somebody on the left side? Or is that the plan to put Saka on the left side? I don't know. I don't really know, if I'm honest, but I'll tell you something now. This protection of this manager and the tweets and stuff that I get sent, the posts that I'm being sent about Edu. Oh, we all owe Edu an apology. The most easily pleased bunch of fans in world sport. We did it last season. Everyone wanted to protest. It was Kroenke out last season after Brentford, wasn't it? Oh, there you go. There's Aaron Ramsdale. Oh, there you go. There's Gibraltar guard. Woohoo! He's still not a rock. He's missing again. And I can see it clearly today. I drove past it yesterday. He wasn't there. But there you go. There's 2 players. Yeah, that's it. The protest was off. Nobody went. 8 people were there with Turkish, I think. 6 people, something like that. Embarrassment. Cheers, guys, in the Ray Parlour voice. But no doubt, we'll have Ian Wright telling everyone you're not a fan unless you back everything the club do. You'll have super fans declaring how excited they are because they just want to keep the Manscape and Boohoo deals going. And you have to do that for positivity now, because obviously people who are seen as negative just get abused, which is mad. Negativity is now wanting to be the best. So you have to become a loser if you want to get far on this platform, if you want to get sponsorship deals. You'll have top gooners all in a group chat, no doubt, saying, right, I'll pull it out today and we all follow suit. Tomorrow, Timmins, you put it out and then we'll all follow suit. It is a shambles how this football club has gone. We smashed the stadium down to be the best. And we're now going to sit there gassing up a player who scored 8 goals last season. Despite being a good player, he ain't going to win me a title. He ain't going to get me in a title race. We're going to gas up a player that I don't think is any better than Pepe, if I'm honest. I like Rafinha, I really do. But I don't think he's that much better than Pepe, if better. And he's in a position where we've already got Star Boy, who's untouchable. But I'll tell you something, if we do Sam Rafinha, that is the most protected footballer at this football club by our fans. Yeah, I've already seen a picture somebody sent me today of him in a number 19 shirt. Let's get rid of Pepe and give him number 19. It's embarrassing. They fancy him. That's the only explanation. And I'll be honest with you, it's getting jarring. But I'll tell you something now, this season is the straw that broke the camel's back, because he will be parted this season, because we're still no better than Tottenham. Even with Rafinha, if he comes in, with Jesus, he comes in. Their front three is still better than our front three. That ain't even a debate. Their manager's light years clear of ours. Their defence was better last season, and they had their best defender out injured for most of it. So I don't really understand where we're going as a football club, apart from into mediocrity, which we've been sat in for a long, long time. How many FA Cups we've won since we smashed the Embers down? 4, is it? Is it 4? We moved to compete with the best teams on the planet. And this lot of jumping for joy that we've signed a Man City cast-off who wants to leave because he ain't the main man, because he ain't good enough to be the main man. But now, is he going to be the main man at Arsenal? And if he is going to be the main man, and I hope he is, but is he going to get in over Eddie Nketiah? Well, he should do, but this manager begged Eddie to stay, didn't he? So I don't really know what's going on here. What we're going to do, play Jesus on the left? Play Eddie on the left? I don't really know what's going on at this football club. Oh, but Lee, it's strength in depth. Strength in depth for what? We had strength in depth. We binned off Guendouzi, Saliba, Maitland-Niles, Pablo Marie, Aubameyang. We got rid of all these players, by the way. Who else did we get rid of? Kolasinac. And as crap as Kolasinac is, he's still better than Nuno Tavares. I'm not saying we should have kept all of these players, by the way. But what I will say is, when people are sitting there telling me, oh, yeah, but Lee, you can't just find a 20-goal-a-season striker. Well, hello. There's one at Barcelona called Aubameyang. Oh, but he stopped scoring goals, Lee. He stopped scoring. He was our second top goal scorer when he left. One behind Smith Rowe, by the way. One behind Smith Rowe. And I think he ended the season scoring more goals for Arsenal than Lacazette did. And he didn't play for Arsenal for 4 months. So I don't really know. Like I said, I don't know where we're going as a football club. Great that we've signed Jesus, fantastic player. He ain't going to win me a title. Yeah, the aim of elite sport is to compete and win. We ain't going to win nothing this season. The manager ain't good enough. The manager hopefully will get sacked this season. So go and buy whoever you want, Mikel. Go and buy whoever you want, Edu. Super fans pretend that you back in all of this when we know that you chat in group chats and offline and you say something completely different. Top Gooners, stick to chatting rubbish online, because we know that you ain't got a clue about the football club. You're all teenagers and early 20s. You ain't got a Scooby about Arsenal winning the title because you can't remember it. Don't worry, though. It's yours gold. It's yours gold. Was you born? But anyway, on that bombshell, they will never learn because it's all a game, innit? It's all a game to these people. It's all about, let me just sit and get a bang or a ratio. And it's kind of sad, really, but it is what it is. Thank God there's channels like this that can give a little bit of realism, a little bit of, actually, let's raise the standards of this football club. Because for 18 years, we ain't won a title. And it's shocking. It's actually a disgusting stat to have. 18 years without winning a league title. We smashed a stadium down and moved to this one to be the best on the planet. And since then, we've won FA Cups. And whilst I love the FA Cup, whilst I love them, they should be a supplement to you competing and winning a league title. Instead, it's the be-all and end-all every now and again. Once every 4 years or so on average, we'll go and win an FA Cup and everyone will get giddy. But Rome wasn't built in a day, according to this lot. Even though he won the league, this manager, with a bunch of players, apparently, that were classed as dead wood. Ironically, his best season was with Unai Emery's team. But Unai Emery, oh no, he wasn't good enough. So here you go. There you go. Have £500 million. Yeah, we'll keep buying kids so we lower the standards, and this lot will lap it up. But don't worry, we'll just wheel out Righty with another retro shirt. Woohoo! Go on, Righty. Go on, son. Embarrassment. Anyway, big up to everyone who's watched this video. Thanks to everybody who stuck a like on the video. 2,000 like target. Come on, let's go. 2,000. Pop, 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 pop. at 2,000. Big up to everyone who's dropping the donations in. Hit the thanks option to do so. You can write a message or just write thanks, whatever you want to do. The top one, the biggest one, will get pinned. I'll reply to every single one who does it. Big up to everyone who's dropping the comments in as well. And big up to everybody who's been sharing the content around. I'll be back again tomorrow with another update from this transfer window. And yeah, no doubt we'll be bidding about 900 billion quid on Rafinha tomorrow. And that will have everyone literally in delirium. Cheers, guys. Arteta out. Leave your comments down below. We're out of here.